Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2023 Dodge Charger GT, and it's the end of the line. This is the last model year for the Dodge Charger, the Dodge Challenger, the Chrysler 300, and while many people will be moaning the loss of the V8 cars, the Hemis, the Hellcats, the unfortunately named Scat Packs, it's actually this, a lowly V6, that I will miss the most, because I maintain that until the end of time, the V6 Dodge Charger is the best rental car ever. It's comfortable, it's roomy, it is the nicest car to be handed the keys to when you get off of a long flight after a couple of stupid layovers and you've got to make your way to some dumb hotel and you pull up in one of these, a smooth riding, big, imposing looking sedan, and it just feels right. So the V6 is the one that I will miss the most. So sort of for my own amusement and for posterity's sake, I'm going to review this car for us today. We are going to go over the styling, what makes it look so good, and this particular car does have the Blacktop package, so we'll have a look at that. We'll talk about the engine and the transmission, we'll measure out the cargo room, we'll look at the passenger room, and we'll check out the features on this particular Charger GT, and then at the end I'll have a little cry and be sad that it's going away. So first and foremost, let's have a look at the styling on this beautiful car, and I just love the way that this generation of Charger looks. This is the third version of it. The first one I never thought looked all that great. I preferred the Chrysler 300 of that generation. The second one looked better, especially the tail lights at night really looked fantastic. But this third one, I think it all came together. I really think this is one of the best looking sedans still that you can buy on the market today, even though it is quite a few years old. It's large, it's got the 120-inch wheelbase, the lights in the front look cool, the lights in the back look cool, the proportions are fantastic. To me, there's no bad angle on this car. Every bit of it looks correct. I especially like it at night. This one does have the Blacktop package, so we have the 20-inch black noise painted wheels, the black rear deck lid spoiler, we have the black Dodge grill badge, gloss black instrument cluster trim rings on the interior, the rhomby two-piece wheel center caps, the satin black Charger deck lid badge, and the satin black Dodge tail lamp badge. So that does give it a nice kind of black package look for the modern times. And what can you say, in this F8 paint, it is absolutely a fantastic looking vehicle. Now we'll have a look under the hood, and the first thing you'll notice on any 2023 Dodge Charger or Challenger is the last call badge right here in the front of the engine compartment. It says designed in Auburn Hills, Michigan and assembled in Brampton, Ontario. They kind of left out the part about the ancient German pieces because, of course, this was originally based on an E-Class chassis from the early 2000s, but we'll gloss over that. It is kind of a cool badge. It looks nice and gives you a little bit of nostalgia, especially years from now looking at one. Of course, this being a Charger GT, it is fitted with Chrysler's 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, and in GT trim you get a whole 300 horsepower out of it. It only gets 292 in a base Charger SXT. Either one of them will have 264 torque, and they are hooked up to the standard 8-speed TorqueFlite automatic transmission. TorqueFlite is what Dodge and Chrysler call this transmission, but it is actually the ZF8HP automatic transmission, which is used in everything from Aston Martins to, well, Dodge Chargers, I guess. Probably the best transmission still that you can buy in a new car, some 12 years on from its original introduction. I still love the ZF8HP, and it's one of the things that I love about the powertrain on this car. Weirdly enough, if you're a police department out there watching my review for some reason, if you order a Charger Pursuit, they still come with the old 5G-tronic Mercedes transmission. Again, sort of going against that designed in Auburn Hills, Michigan thing, but we'll gloss over that. The rear-wheel drive V6 Dodge Chargers rated at 19 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. You lose a couple miles per gallon if you get all-wheel drive, but either one is relatively efficient for such a large sedan that does have a decent amount of power, even though this one's lacking a Hemi. Now it's time to measure out the cargo space, so we will open up the trunk and do just that. The length of the trunk from the rear of the trunk to the back of the back seat with the seat in place 3 feet and 7 inches. The width of the trunk at the rear of the trunk, the widest point, is 4 feet and 9 inches. The width of the trunk at its narrowest point in between the wheel wells, 3 feet and 2 inches. The height of the trunk is 1 foot and 7 inches. The length of the cargo area with the back seat folded down is approximately 6 feet and 1 inch. I say approximately because that is kind of the measurement to the back of that front seat, so it does depend on where you have that seat set, but it's in kind of a mid position, so we'll say approximately 6 feet and 1 inch. And if you need to lift something into the back of your Dodge Charger, you will need to lift it 2 feet and 8 inches off of the ground. And just for fun, in here we have a tire repair kit. Looks like no spare on this one. Front license plate bracket that hasn't been installed. And in true German fashion, a battery mounted in the rear of the vehicle. So that is the cargo area on a last call 2023 Dodge Charger GT. I'm 6'5", so let's see if I can sit behind myself in a Dodge Charger. All right, so the answer to this question is yes. As we can see in the front, I have enough knee room, I have enough leg room, and if I get in the back, just barely, I have enough room back here as well, knee room and leg room, so if a 6'5" individual can sit behind themselves, that does add to the rental car bona fides. And of course, we have some air vents back here and USB ports for the backseat passengers who just got off a long flight to charge their devices. So excellent room in the Dodge Charger GT. Now we'll move to the interior and start talking about the features on this Dodge Charger, and quite frankly, there aren't very many of them. On this Charger GT, you do have the 8.4-inch Uconnect 4C touchscreen. That does come with Apple CarPlay, but you have to plug it in to make it work. We do have a power sunroof on this particular car. That is a $1,295 option. A little bit steep for a regular size sunroof in this day and age, but hey, it is what it is. And we've got dual zone automatic climate control, so we can set different temperatures for the driver and the passenger. The seats in this GT are finished in cloth and they are not heated. Heated seats are an option this vehicle is not equipped with. And we have standard cruise control, we have automatic headlights, and we have, I don't know, power windows, mirrors, and locks. There's not a ton of features on this particular car, I must admit that. It does have push button start with keyless entry, although I must say that on this particular example, the keyless entry doesn't really seem to work very well, and I pretty much have to use the key to lock and unlock it all the time. That's a little bit of an annoyance, and I'm pretty sure it is a flaw on this particular car. We do have an Alpine sound system, or at least the badges for that. It sounds okay, but quite honestly, it's not great. As far as safety features are concerned, we have a backup camera, we have rear parking sensors, and we have all the federally mandated stuff like the traction control, anti-skid system, anti-lock brakes, front airbags, side airbags, curtain airbags, and that's pretty much it. All of the more modern active safety features are available as options on a Dodge Charger, although I must say I rarely see them equipped as such. Maybe it's because most of the Chargers I drive are rental cars, but even when I see them out on dealer lots, it really seems to be a rare set of options. I guess when you got a 120-inch wheelbase, you just don't need it. Thank you so much for watching my video on this Dodge Charger. At some point, you may be watching this, I don't know, 5 or 10 years in the future just to see what they were like when they were brand new, and I'm here to tell you, they were awesome, if a little bit outdated, and I'm sure I still miss this car whenever it is that you're watching this video. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.